Trying to remember who we discussed had the burden of this. I think it's you, Ms. Johnson.
You're correct, Your Honor. There was it was our objection to
Right.
the recommendation. And
So, all right. So what is your opening statement, ma'am?
my opening statement, Your Honor, is based on the circumstances involving this case, long history of physical abuse in front of the child, threats of keeping the child from the mother. Firstly, there is not an order. There was not a previous order for parenting time or custody in this matter. There was only a child support order. I believe that was entered on February 10th. The parties at that time agreed informally to do week on, week off, but that was only on the basis that the paternal grandmother was actually the caregiver of this little boy and not Mr. Luckett. And unfortunately, there was a series of events, really serious events involving assault on my client, where Mr. Luckett, while the child was in the car at approximately 4 a.m., poured gas in her car, gas in the car seat, gas in the top of the car, preventing the car from actually being operational. Her father came, drove it home. And so here we are. So we're asking that parenting time in this matter be initially supervised parenting time with Mr. Luckett until he gets some anger management and possibly parenting classes. He's made some pretty egregious statements to his son on the 2 occasions that he's been on Zoom. My client has made the child available at her parents' home. He's never agreed to see the child at that point. Paternal grandparents are also welcome in my client's parents' home. And based on that, Your Honor, we feel it's absolutely in the best interest of this child that the parties certainly share joint legal custody of the child. No doubt Mr. Luckett loves this little boy, but I think his upbringing or his understanding about what makes a appropriate good parent, I think needs some work, Your Honor. So based on that, we would ask that the court would enter an order at the end of this hearing for joint legal custody, parenting, sole physical custody, and parenting time initially be supervised until we can get kind of a handle on Mr. Lockett's anger issues and understanding on what good parenting is. And then thereafter, maybe revisit it in like 6 to 9 months, so long as there are not any problems. Thank you. And I think based on that too, we probably need a evaluation of the child support. I believe that order was like basically a 50-50 order of informal parenting, and then that fell through shortly thereafter. My client has had sole physical custody of the child and the sole financial rearing of the child. And so I think based on that, a revisit of the child support guidelines would also be appropriate. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Luckett, what's your opening statement, sir?
Sir, that gasoline case was dismissed. That's already resolved. So she can't use that in court no more because that was already resolved.
Yes, she can.
Last month.
No, yes, she can.
But that
this is a civil case. No, it's resolved.
That did not happen.
Mr. Luckett, then you're going to have to present witnesses that say that. But just because it's resolved does not mean you were found not guilty.
Yes, the judge took the gas part off the case. The gas part off the case.
Okay, then you're going to have to bring a witness that talks about that, or you're going to have to present the court with the actual paperwork from that. So, but just because it's resolved criminally does not mean she can't talk about it civilly.
Well,
it's actually the reason that she's basing her request for your parenting time not to be week on, week off, is because you did something that you were criminally charged for, and that's one of the 12 factors I have to review.
I was not charged for gasoline in her car, so you let me and tell you that the judge, court last
again,
month,
it's going to be your burden. It'll be your burden to show that through your witnesses.
Well, I don't have no witnesses with me.
Well, we'll see where we get to when we get to it, because she's got to present by witnesses as well. The statement alone does not make it happen. This is an opening statement. This is an opening statement. This is where you tell me what you think you're going to try to prove to me. This is not proving it to me. Proving it to me is going to have to be done through witnesses. Okay? So what is your opening statement, sir?
Well, just want the baby back, sir. It's been like 9 months. I haven't seen my child. Well, I will call Jasmine and write Jasmine's mother, and they just give me the spin around. I should have to go to anger management. I should have to go to no class. I should have to wait 9 more months for my own child. I've been a great dad. I've been there since day one. It's birth certificate, buy my son clothes. I do everything, appointments, everything. Just because these 9 months she had them is because of the court going on. But besides that, my son's been right home with me. He got his own room here, got my own house I work hard for. So what they trying to do is not kind of fair.
Okay.
And that's all I got, sir.
All righty. You may call your first witness, Ms. Herrick.
Ms. Johnson, you said?
Miss Johnson, yes.
No,
Forgive me,
that's
I've
all
known
right.
you. I've known you for so long that I
know
still
it's
think of you
Herrick.
as Miss Herrick.
No.
All right, Miss
Hey,
Johnson, if you
actually-
care to call your first witness.
Yes, I call Jasmine Hawkins. Okay,
The stand, please.
I'm
now,
sorry, Carter.
Okay. Is there a problem, Mr. Luckett?
Yes,
Yes, he left and
my
then
mom
he
was
just
calling
came
me on the
back.
phone, so the phone disconnected.
Oh, okay.
That's my
Alrighty.
fault.
That's
Okay.
okay. It happens. All right, please continue, Miss Johnson.
Thank you, Your Honor. You objected to the friend of the court recommendation.
Yes,
Why did you object to that? On what basis?
because they try to put me on child support and they say it was talking about week on, week off.
You have to speak up louder.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna have to start over on that one because that you were out. You did not come in on that. It was in
Okay,
and
got
out.
it. So,
Okay.
so there was a recommendation, or there was a meeting between you and Mr. Lockhart with the friend of the court, correct?
Yes,
And was it true that recommendation said 50-50 custody?
yes,
Okay. And is it true you disagree with that recommendation?
yes,
Okay. And has there been domestic violence in front of the court, in front of the child?
yes,
Is that part of the reason you are objecting to the recommendation?
yes, and because he started,
He started what?
because of the abuse in front of Ja'Cory and because he's starting school.
And he started school? Okay.
Starts in school.
Okay. So he's going to be starting school in August?
Yes.
Okay. What date in August?
August 19th.
Okay. But irrespective of whether he was in school, is the reason based on the abuse?
Yes,
Okay, let's talk about the abuse. Firstly, was there an incident that happened to your car back in September 29th, 2023?
yes.
What happened?
I walked out around 3-4 in the morning and noticed like the smell of gas in my vehicle. My sister who was there, she told me that I shouldn't start the car. So that's when I started getting text messages and calls from
Whom?
It's hard because my son is the same name as him.
Okay, so his dad,
Yeah, his dad.
defendant?
Yes, I was getting a lot of text messages and calls saying, please don't call the cops. I'll clean up the gas. I'll give you your money back and all that. By the time he was doing that, I already called the police and my dad showed up and he even seen and smelled the car. And it was like the smell was strong. You could I couldn't even drive it home.
Where was the gas poured in your car?
It was all in the front. We smelt it on his car seat. We smelt it all in the back seat. I had to throw away my son's car seat. It all in the front where the radio stopped working and all the lights in the dash started flashing on and off. And that's I had to get a new car because the car was damaged so bad.
Okay. Do you know where your son was at the time of this incident?
He was with Mr. Luckett.
Okay. And
I'm sorry, repeat that.
Sorry, he was with Mr. Luckett.
defendant?
Yeah, he was with the defendant. I'm sorry.
So the
Okay.
child was with his father when this alleged incident occurred. Well,
Yeah.
it's not alleged because there has been a criminal case and you pled guilty to part of it, correct, Mr. Luckett?
Yes.
Got it. And we would ask the court take judicial notice of case number 23-SM000655. Mr. Luckett pled guilty, I believe, on November 15th to malicious destruction of property less than $200 and breaking and entering less than $200. So there was restitution. I believe part of that restitution was paid. So we would ask, and that's from this incident. occurred on September
I'll
29th.
take judicial notice of the case number, but please continue to question your client, 'cause I'd like to know how much was the restitution.
Do you know how much the restitution was with respect to the damage?
$3,800.
All right, Mr. Luckett, you're not testifying yet. You'll have a
Oh,
chance
sorry,
to
my bad.
cross-examine this witness. That's why we had to mute you, and I'll do it again if we have to. All right, Miss Hawkins,
Hawkins,
what was the restitution?
It was what he said, almost $4,000, but they granted me like almost 2,000, and he only gave me half of that.
Okay,
So wait, what did the court order as restitution?
Around almost $2,000. I don't know the exact number.
it was like $1,864 or something.
Okay. Well, and then Mr. Hawkins can testify later as to how much he believes it is. So, but it was definitely more than the alleged $20 that was stolen.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so and did you find out that your son was in the car at the time he was pouring gas in your vehicle?
He told me.
He told you your son was.
Sent the text message saying that I got him and my son driving around at 3 or 4 in the morning. So that let me know that my son was with him.
Okay, got it. All right. So and that happened on October 2023, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And have you received some text messages, threatening text messages?
Yeah.
Okay, let's back up. You filed a response on 10/12/2023, correct?
Yes.
And in that response, you indicate why you're why you disagree with the 50/50 recommendation. Is it true you attached to that would that be a text message from Mr. Luckett? And does he say that I'm straight up slap it out of you tomorrow and my son's not doing with you at all? Okay, what does that mean to you? Does that mean your son is not going to be returned to you? Okay, got it. I would ask the court, we're talking about page 3 of her response. She attached several text messages.
Correct.
Now, page 3 of her response.
I found it. So you're wanting to enter that as exhibit number 1?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Luckett, any objections?
Yes, sir. First off, say with the restitution amount. It was $3,800.
Sir, you're not there yet. We're only talking about the exhibit.
Oh well, no, I ain't got nothing to say yet. Then.
All right. Like I said, you'll have a chance to testify. You'll also have a chance to cross-examine this witness.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Please proceed, Ms. Herrick. That'll be entered into evidence as exhibit number 1.
Okay, got it. And Judge, would that be the entire response or just that page?
Just that page, because we're going to have to go through each one of those one by one.
Sure. Okay, got it. And also, Ms. Hawkins, the exhibit that has been admitted as exhibit 1, were those text messages that you received from Mr. Luckett to you?
Yes.
To your phone?
Yes.
Okay.
On Facebook Messenger.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Okay.
My turn next. They go first, then I go.
There's another, it would be proposed exhibit 2.
Okay. This is the one that starts, then see me calling and texting, but you got to show out.
This one says you ain't gotta out me in jail. Would be page 4, I believe, Judge.
Okay. Yeah, I got that one. All right. So
Okay.
you're proposing that as exhibit number
Number 2.
2. All righty. Okay. Mr. Luckett, any objections on this one?
Yes, sir. All these messages is way before court was even observed. So all this is like months ago. This had nothing to do with my son's case.
This has everything to do with your son, and yes, they are relevant.
See, we only hear because I call her doing something, and now son, I'm getting consequences.
Again, you'll have a chance to
crazy, bro.
you'll have a chance to testify, and you'll have a chance to cross-examine this witness. But that'll be entered into evidence as exhibit number 2, but please discuss it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Johnson.
Thank you. So is this also, was this a Facebook message or a text?
Facebook Messenger.
Okay, and is this a Facebook message that you received in your Facebook? And it's from Mr. Luckett?
Yes.
Okay. And in this message, does he ask you and tell you not to call the police, not to rat out on him and get him in trouble?
Yes.
Okay. Does he also admit that he can replace every damn thing and have the car cleaned at Mr.?
Yes.
Okay. So he admits that he poured gas in your car?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. We're on, page 5.
Okay.
That we're looking at proposed exhibit 3.
Okay.
And this starts, I see me calling and texting, but you got show out. That's the page we're looking at.
Okay.
I'm sorry, did you want to ask the defendant if he objects to this?
Yeah, Mr. Luckett, any objection to this? I mean, you sent it, so. Mr. Luckett,
Yes.
any objection to this one?
Sir, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna let them finish talking.
Okay, I'll enter this as exhibit number 3 then. Okay, Ms.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Johnson?
Thank you. And in this exhibit, was this something that was received from him, was received to you in your cell phone or a Facebook message?
Facebook.
Okay, and it was from Mr. Luckett to your Facebook?
Yes.
All right. And did you copy it and attach it to this response?
Mhm.
All right. And in this message, does it say, and this, would this have been around October of 2023, about the time this was all going on?
Yes.
Okay, so about 9 months ago. Does it say he's really fixing to beat the dog you, bro?
Mhm.
Okay, is that what he texted you?
Yes.
Got it. And then he says, oh, OW, what does that mean? OW?
That's a misspell on him.
I'm sorry?
Misspelling on him.
Okay. I know why you're really bleeding for. What does that mean?
That's personal. I have a cyst on my arteries.
Okay, got it. All right. All right, so next page, is this the same text that continues, or is that a separate text?
This is proof that my son was with him.
Okay, got it.
before
So,
he got in my car.
all right, so if we could move on, the next page, Judge, proposed exhibit 4. I took them the way she presented them, but so proposed exhibit 4 starts with, since we cheating now.
Okay, let me see if, all right, I'm straight out slapping you. That's exhibit 1. Then I've got one that starts with, then see me calling and texting you, but got to show out. So that's the one you were just talking about?
That's correct.
Okay. Did you, that wasn't an exhibit. Did you want that as an exhibit?
Oh, I thought that was exhibit 3, Judge.
Oh, that's still part of exhibit 3? Okay. Okay, yeah, alrighty. So that's part of exhibit 3.
Yes.
And now exhibit 4 begins with what?
It's since we cheating now.
Okay, that one I do not have.
If you want to, maybe it's out of order there. I have it. I made.
No, I don't have that. There's not one in here that says that.
Got me and your son out here because you cheating. Don't have that.
Uh,
I apologize, Judge. This is before I
Yeah.
got in the case. So
yeah, I
I'm-
know, I know. Let's see me calling and texting. I'm really fine. The beast dog, and we already did that one. No, I do not have an email that states that.
Okay,
You're on your computer?
I am. Yes.
Are you is that exhibit on your computer?
No, I'm looking that exhibit in.
Okay. All right.
I can ask my client if she received him.
Right. You're looking at the email now, so you can refresh your memory with it.
Got it. Yes. Did Mr. Luckett also send you a text that your son was with him at the time that he poured the gas in your car early in the morning of that day?
Yes.
Okay, do you remember what he said?
The baby not coming, going with me tomorrow. And basically he can't believe. Sorry.
So he said, don't even ask?
Yeah, don't even ask, basically making threats.
Okay.
And I can't take the baby with me the next day.
Okay, so while you're dealing with the gas that's poured in your car, your son is with him, right?
Yes.
And then you received a text message that said the baby ain't even coming back to you now, right? All right. All right, so, well, Judge, let's see, I guess this will be exhibit 4 you ain't gotta out me in jail. I get it, damn. That's in that same response.
That's exhibit number 2. You already did that one.
I can replace, oh, okay, got it. You're right.
Nothing to do with no baby.
All right.
No, but threats to her are affect whether you see the child or not. You don't get to threaten the mother and then say that that doesn't have anything to do with parenting time. It has a lot to do with parenting time.
You know, Judge, I'll just skip over the rest of those. They basically say the same thing there. Did you receive several text messages where Mr. Lockhart admitted to you that he did the damage to the gas and then threatened not to bring the child to you?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's go back. Before October, did Mr. Lockhart ever, am I pronouncing it? Is it Luckett?
Luckett.
Okay, Luckett. Okay. Did Mr. Luckett ever assault you before?
Yes.
Okay, and when was that?
The first time was 3 months after I had JP. He kicked me down the stairs.
Were you injured?
My ankle was sprained.
Okay.
It was hairline fractured.
Yeah, so it was broken?
Yes.
Okay, and was the baby in the house?
Yes.
How did that situation erupt?
Basically, he was outside with his cousins and friends, partying, and I was in the house, and I felt like I shouldn't be the only one watching our newborn. So I told him to come and help me with the baby. And when he came in, it was just a big argument and him telling me that I gotta be a mom and I have to watch him and all this. And he took the baby, and this was during COVID, and he took the baby and went outside and handed the baby to somebody else. And I didn't feel comfortable with that.
All right.
Because
Your speaker's going in and out, Ellie. So,
hello.
all right, try it again. That last couple of sentences need to be repeated for the record.
When he came in the house.
Yeah.
When he came in the house, we got into an argument, and basically he was telling me how I needed to be a mom and take care of the baby and all that. So then he took the baby and they went outside, and he handed my child to somebody else. And I didn't feel comfortable with that because this was during COVID. So I told him to just bring the baby inside. And when he came back inside, it was like another argument because he felt like I was embarrassing him in front of his cousins and his friends. And that's when we got into an argument upstairs. And when I tried to leave, he kicked me down the stairs.
Okay, and that's when you broke your foot?
Yes.
Did you go to the hospital?
First, I went to my sister's house, and my sister told me to go to the hospital.
Okay, so you went to the hospital on May 23rd, 2020?
Yes.
Okay, is that where they diagnosed you with a broken foot?
Yes.
And that was after he pushed you down the stairs?
Yes.
Judge, I just got these medical reports from my client's physician. They were emailed to her. I have not had a chance to scan those. These were Spectrum documents. We had a heck of a time getting them from what is now University of Michigan Health. So I can forward the email to Mr. Luckett and
please forward the email to the court and Mr. Luckett so that he has the ability to review these as well.
Okay, now because again,
right now.
Okay, sure, I can do
it
that
right now.
Yeah, I certainly can.
That's why I asked about the other ones, because we've got a quick process here to do this.
Sure, got it. I'm sorry, it's not screenshotted here where it's going to. Do you have her number real quick or her email address?
I'm scanning my email right now.
Call me for, bro.
You didn't.
He said at 4:00. It's 2:30. Call me right now, bro.
Okay. You're gonna have to mute Mr. Luckett and Miss Johnson. Check your chat. It's at the bottom. Click on the chat. My clerk will have sent it to you. Okay, Mr. Luckett.
And I believe it's. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Luckett, do you have the ability to check your email, sir?
I don't have no email.
Okay, then Ms. Herrick, you have it on your screen.
I have him on your, yes.
Okay, if it's on your screen, then share screen.
I'm sorry.
Share screen.
Share a screen. What do you mean by this? Share.
All right, never mind. I'll do it.
Okay.
Once I receive it, I'll do it.
Okay, all right, good. Thanks, Judge. I just, I see that, but I think it's probably best you, I've never done that before, so thanks.
No problem.
Okay,
This contains some sensitive information.
so let's
So
just
for
take
the
it one at a time. So when he called on Father's Day, what did he say to your son? What were the words he used to your son?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
So he was talking to your son. Now, mind you, you haven't seen this son since September or October, correct?
Mhm.
The first part of October?
Yep.
Okay. Prior to that, by the way, how did your son react? Not what did he say, but how did he react?
He just looked at me and told me that my phone was about to die.
Okay.
He always use that line when he don't want to talk to somebody on the phone.
Okay. So when his dad said that, he feigned that his phone was going to die, and
Yeah.
all right. Was that the end of the conversation?
Yeah, because yes, I don't force my son to talk.
Okay. But you initiated the Father's Day
Yeah, but
contact.
I will always call him to talk to his dad, but I'm not about to force him to sit there and talk. I'll take away his toys and other stuff that will be a distraction. But he is a 4-year-old. Like,
Okay.
he get distracted easy.
Okay, got it. Was there another incident where he was inappropriate with speaking with your child?
Yeah, on his birthday.
Whose birthday?
JP's birthday, March 16th.
Okay, your son?
Yes.
Okay.
He was talking about his hairline, how his birthday outfit looked.
Was it a pleasant conversation, complimentary?
It wasn't a compliment at all. He was talking about him, saying that he looked like a bum.
Did he use that word to your son?
Yeah, said his hairline was uneven, called my child a bum.
Okay, got it. Other than those two, were they video contacts?
Yes.
Okay. Has there been any other contact between your son and his father?
Yes, my mom.
Okay.
My mom will face every time when Jacory will text me at 6 a.m. That's when I will call my mom and tell my mom when JP wakes up, can you FaceTime him? She will, and Jacory will not respond.
Okay, so you've tried to reach out to him to maintain at least something.
Yes.
Got it. It was Mr. Luckett welcomed at your parents for parenting time in
Yes.
person as well as video?
Yes.
Okay,
Even when my dad was on on his 2 weeks leave from work, my mom told him that he can come there and
Okay.
see his child.
And he didn't avail himself of that?
No, he
Okay.
told him the same thing he always told me. He didn't fuck my mom. He fucked me.
Okay, got it. All right, let me just see one other thing here.
Oh, excuse me.
Okay, I have no further questions. I'm sorry,
I
did
do
you?
have a response? It was a time when he did text me talking about he wanted to discuss the parenting time, and he wanted me to come to his house and cook him dinner and all that. And this was when we was going through the PPO thing.
Okay, got it. So other than that, he's not availed himself of opportunity to see his child and maintain that contact.
You know, it seemed like I always have to be present for him to see his child when he can just communicate with my parents like I told him to.
Okay, got it. I have no further questions of this witness, Your Honor.
All righty, Mr. Luckett, you may cross-examine this witness.
I can talk now.
You may cross-examine this witness. She is under oath. The testimony needs to come from her.
So when
So you may question her.
can I give my statement?
After Ms. Johnson is done presenting all of her
Okay,
witnesses,
I
then you may present your witnesses. Okay, but at this point in time, you may cross-examine this witness.
Okay. Now on Father's Day, when you called me, my son just woke up. Me and my son did not talk that long. I asked you, was my son? I asked what baby was doing. Said he woke up to sleep, and that was it. I'm not gonna aggressive with my son at all. I'm not aggressive with my son at all. None of that. So I don't know why you would tell the court that. And then another thing,
All right,
his
you have
birthday,
to ask her a question, sir. You're not under test.
I don't
you're
have
not-
no questions, sir. All I want to do is tell my part. I don't have no questions about this. I can just tell my part. I don't know what to ask her. I just tell
Well,
my
part of it is you seem to have questions about what she testified to. So you may cross-examine on those questions. That's the whole idea. Like I said, I warned you that I would have to treat you as an attorney. It's not going to be easy if you don't get one. But I have to, this is a court proceeding in which there are certain rules that apply. And these are the rules. You now may cross-examine your witness.
That's no. All right. Now, on the day of Father's Day, when I talked to my son, was I aggressive?
When you was talking to him, yes, you was. When you
And
said,
how was I aggressive when I talked to him?
excuse me?
How was I aggressive to him when I talked to him?
I can't hear what you said.
How was I
was he,
aggressive when I spoke to my son for 1 minute? How was I aggressive to him?
Because you cussed at him aggressively.
And what cuss words did I say? And what cuss words did I say?
Fuck.
Yeah,
What
what?
is what with you? You said what the fuck is wrong with you?
So if I did say that, how has that affected my son by me asking him how he doing today and what's wrong with him? If I did say the cuss word.
I mean, I did already tell you that he did just wake up. So why did you have to talk to him aggressively? If he's only 4.
Well, that's not the case. And in that case, why did you call me then if he just woke up? Why couldn't you call me earlier in that day? Why wait till 8 o'clock to call me to talk to my son when he was sleeping? Why could you let me talk to my son earlier that day when I actually talked to him?
When you asked me to talk to him, he was outside playing in the water, and I told you that. And you told me to have him call you when he get done. Then I told you, okay, he's taking a nap. I'll have him call you when he wakes up. And that's what I did. And you answered the phone when I called.
And 5 minutes later, you called me, right? I thought he was sleeping, but 5 minutes later, you called me and told me he was woke.
Yeah, because he was asleep. And then when I got to my phone, it's Father's Day. I'm spending time with my dad too. So when I got to my phone, he did just wake up. He was in the back sleep. So when he woke up, as soon as he woke up, I made it my goal to call you, and that's what I did. And when I called you, you had an attitude and you was aggressive. And I even told you he just woke up.
Didn't have no attitude. My last thing is, now, why do you want to talk to your mom all the time for? We know your mom and dad do not like me, and we never talked in 5 years of us ever dealing with each other. So why now should I put my son in the middle of your parents and me, despite I've never talked to my whole life?
Because you don't know how to keep your hands to yourself and you don't know how to talk to me. So I feel more comfortable with you talking to my parents so it can be more safer. And so our child can have a better environment. So he don't even have to see us arguing. But I don't know why you want to see me so bad when you could just talk to my mom.
See you. But anyways. And now on a lot of these occasions that you put into this court, every time that we had a problem, you did move back to Howard Street, right?
No, only the first time I moved back.
You move back every time.
When you kicked me down, I moved back the first time. After that, I lived with my parents. And then you kept making threats and kept starting arguments every time I didn't want to come to your house. You would even say if I didn't suck your dick or if I didn't have sex with you, that you wouldn't bring me my child back. You said that multiple times. And I do have the proof of it with the whole time.
Listen, I mean, you could say that, but is it true that 8 months later, you moved in with me in your Creek, right? 8 months later, we moved in together, right?
I didn't move in with you. I bought that. That was my apartment. Apartment is in my name.
But I did put half my money on there, right? I put half my money on there that you still owe me.
And I gave it back. And I gave it back.
You still owe me.
This is why I don't talk to. This is why I choose my parents. He's yelling at me, and I don't like that.
I'm not yelling, sir. I'm asking a question.
Then please ask a question and let.
I'm asking her. I'm asking her a question.
Ask a question, then let her answer it.
So like you got an attitude with me. I'm done. All I want to do is talk and have my witnesses talk. That's it. I'm done talking to her. That's it.
All right, Ms. Johnson. Any other witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor. We've got
my dad.
Her father is just getting on. He's to be logging in on Zoom.
Baby.
Okay, let's call her next. Your Honor, we would call, what's your sister's name? Shantae Hawkins. Yeah. How do you know Ms. Hawkins here?
I'm her older sister.
Okay, got it. I want to take you back to May of 2020. Did you receive a telephone call from your sister?
I did.
Okay. How did she act?
She called me screaming and crying. that somebody pushed her down, the defendant pushed her down the stairs.
Okay, did she name who pushed her down?
Yes,
Okay, who did she say?
Ja'Cory Luckett.
Okay, and did you come and take her to the hospital?
Yes, first she came to my house and the pain became unbearable for her to walk or move. So I had to carry her down 2 flights of stairs to my car to take her to the urgent care over here on Cascade.
Okay, and you went with her during the proceeding?
Wasn't allowed to go in because I was COVID, but I did
Okay.
take her and I did talk to the doctor before they rolled her back.
Okay, got it. You understand she broke her foot?
Yes.
Got it. Was there another incident where you ever witnessed between Mr. Luckett and your sister arguing or being assaultive or pouring gas in the car? What can you tell us about those things?
I see them arguing all the time. Me and Jazz live together. We have been living together for a while, so I see a lot. I see the stalking, the peeping through the window.
Okay, hold on, let's back up. Peeping through the window. Who's peeping through the window?
Ja'Cory Luckett.
Okay, did you actually see his face?
No, I did not.
How did you know he peeked in the window?
Jasmine.
Okay,
It was a lot of slamming in the doors and yelling, and then that's when I came upstairs.
okay, got it. So did you see his car or something?
No.
Okay, but you heard banging?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Did your sister tell you that, he was peeking in the window?
Yes, and my nephew told me to.
Okay, got it. Was this before or after the gas incident where the gas was poured in the car?
It was after.
Okay. Tell me about what you know about the gas incident.
Jasmine called me around 5 a.m. September, I believe, 30th, to state that her baby daddy was following her and to come and help her escape from where she was and to switch cars so he didn't know. So that's what we did. I gave her my car and I was going to drive her car back. And when I got in the car, I smelled gas. And then that's when we called the cops, and it was gas all over the front and the back.
Okay. Was it in the baby seat, or the child car
And his
seat?
car seat? Yes.
Got it. All right. Do you have personal knowledge of the extent of the damage to the car?
Yes.
Okay. What was the damage that you know?
The dashboard, the lights were blinking, different lights, so the dashboard was messed up. The radio, the seats were soaked. Her uniform was completely dirty, like somebody tried to wipe up the gasoline. And then it was also a note in the car.
Okay. Do you remember what the note said?
I do not off the top of my head.
Okay, got it. Was there any other incidents that you observed between Ja'Cory and your sister?
The pickup and the drop off, it was never civil. It was always him trying to yell and argue and start with her, or not trying to return the baby. Or if we have a family function, he agreed to it, but then he'll take his time and give her the runaround. It was just too much. It's too much.
Okay, got it. And did you understand that they had an informal parenting agreement at that time?
Well,
If you know.
yeah, it was just something they talked about. It was never written down or signed, or it was just
Okay.
something they came up with once they broke up.
Okay, got it. One moment, please. No, I have no further questions of this witness, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Mr. Luckett, any cross-examination of this witness? Mr. Luckett?
Yes, sir. My bad.
No problem. Like I said, all I'm trying to do is keep a clean record, which is why I had to intervene earlier, Mr. Luckett, because I was trying to tell people this, it has to be an ask and answer question, and you got to give the other side a chance to answer, because this is being recorded.
I know,
so,
sir.
if somebody else wants to watch it, we got to make sure that it's clean. That's why I was interrupting you.
I'm
and
sorry.
that was that. No, that's okay. I'm just trying to explain to you. I'm trying to give you as much leeway as possible here, man. But you may cross-examine this witness, Mr. Luckett.
All right. Now, is it true that me and Jasmine had a set parenting week by week?
Something y'all talked about, yes, but it was never written or a judge did not sign off on it. Y'all
And
never
how would you
abide
know
by
any
it.
information if you never lived at the residence with us over the years? Besides Jasmine, what Jasmine tells you, but how would you physically know anything without what you physically living there?
All I know is that the arraignment happened once you pushed her down the stairs.
That's what I asked you. I said, how would you know anything if you did not live there? She says, so it's not what I'm asking you. I asked you, how would you know anything if you did not live there for the 4 years of us being together?
Yeah, I wasn't
From
together for
Howard
4
Street
years.
to York Creek. So how would you know anything if you did not live there?
And you weren't in York Creek because I was there every day, so you
You
didn't
was
live in
there
York Creek.
every day. You were there one time.
Yeah.
Again, ask and
I
answer.
did ask her. I did.
No,
ask
you were interrupting her answer. Let her finish her answer, then ask your next question. That was the problem before. You know,
Okay.
they're halfway through their answer, and you start either questioning or interrupting. So please try not to do that. Okay, I understand. You know, it's not easy, but ask, then let her answer.
Okay.
All right, please proceed, sir. No problem.
So how was you in York Creek every day when I was there every single day except for 1 month?
So I don't know what y'all agreed upon when you lived on Howard. I know that at York Creek, you did not live there. I was always there. And if Jasmine wasn't at York Creek, she was at my mom's house on Groveland. So that's impossible.
About 3 years ago for Christmas, I did light a couple of orders on fire while I was flipping pages. So I've not allowed myself to have candles anywhere near my bench. All right, we are still back on the record in the matter of Hawkins versus Luckett. Miss Perdue, you are still under oath. Mr. Luckett, we left off thanks to my computer shutting down with you cross-examining this witness. Please proceed, sir.
I couldn't hear you, sir. My bad.
No, that's okay. I said we are back on the record. Oh, did you hear my explanation of what happened?
Yeah, it's something about
I spilled water on my computer.
Oh man.
That's why I never have water anywhere or liquid near any computer in the courthouse. But I'm at home and I happen to knock it over onto my computer, and that's why I disappeared. So I apologize. So, but in any event, we are back on the record in your case. Ms. Perdue is still under oath. So, Mr. Luckett, you may continue with your cross-examination.
Okay. I think I was done questions for Miss Perdue. I probably had like 1 or 2 more for her. Besides that, I was done.
Okay. I do have a question for Miss Perdue. Miss Perdue, you've seen the parties and their parenting. How are they with with the child? Each of them. How are they? How does the mother treat him well? The father treats him well?
Yes.
Okay, so he's a good father.
Yes.
I'm not asking him if he's perfect.
No,
I don't expect either. I do not expect either party to be perfect. At one point in time, I need to clarify your testimony. You said they had made an agreement of week on, week off, but then you turned around and clarified by saying they never did that. Did they ever do that?
That's what Jazz told me, that they were doing the week on, week off.
Okay, so they did it at one point in time.
Yes.
Okay. Miss Johnson, any further examination?
Yes. Did you understand that the week on and week off was not so much that Mr. Luckett was caring for the child, but that the child was being cared for at the grandmother's, Mr. Luckett's parents or grandmother?
Yes.
Do you have personal knowledge of that? Like, did you go and pick up the child there?
I just know from what his mom said that the baby is over there more than he is with Jacory Luckett.
Okay. Did you understand that Jacory had a separate house, a separate place from his parents' house or grandmother where the child was being cared for?
I didn't find out to the separate place until September 30th when everything went down with the gasoline.
Okay, got it. So you understood that he had a separate place separate from his parents where the child was being cared for, right?
Correct.
During the time that you testified that you were at your sister's house a lot, almost every day, can you clarify that for the court, how it's accurate? I mean, how is it that you know you were there every day?
I used to go to work from 8 to 5, I used to clock out and go to Jasmine's house because she was close by my job. And then I'll leave about 8, 9 o'clock.
Okay. Was Mr. Luckett there?
No,
Okay. I mean, at times you would see him casually there,
no,
or you never see him?
no,
Okay. Did you ever see his clothes in the closet?
no.
Would you have a reason to go and look in the closet?
Of course, we're sisters, so we steal each other clothes. And Jasmine had these jackets from Walmart that I wanted, and she had like 5 of them. So I was just raiding her closet, and she told me to get out. And there was no man clothes in there. I used her bathroom, both of them, the one in her room and the one off of the room across from JP's. And it was no man stuff in there indicating that a man has been there, showered there, or slept there.
Okay, got it. Did you observe your sister with the baby?
Yes.
How is she as a mom?
I
She's
thought it was my
great.
turn to
My
talk.
nephew loves her.
No, you stopped. I'm going to give you another chance. It's called Ms. Johnson gets to ask a bunch of questions. Then you may cross-examine the witness. After the
Okay.
cross-examining, Ms. Johnson may re-examine her witness, and then after her re-examination, you may recross the witness.
Okay. Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome to law school.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So, Ms. Perdue, can you explain how Jasmine is as a mom?
She's great. She's very attentive to JP. He loves her. If anybody's messing with her, he's ready to go to war about her. So
Okay.
they
Does
got a
she,
good relationship.
okay. Does she yell at him?
Just when he's like, she does the soft parenting where she tell him more than once to stop, and then she raises her voice just to get him to stop because he thinks it's a game. A boy, he's a boy. So
Okay. Got it. Does she take him to the doctor appointments?
yes.
Does she take him to school or sign
Well,
him
he's
up?
not in school yet. He starts school this year. So,
Okay.
but she
he
does
start-
take him to my mom's for daycare.
Okay, got it. So she does all that. Are you aware if she would take him to the appointments, his medical appointments?
Just when she
Doctor-
called and asked questions, because I'm in the medical field, so she used to have questions that she would call me about.
Okay. Were you ever aware if Mr. Luckett ever appeared at those doctor appointments?
I know about some. Jazz has admitted that he has been to some. Yes.
Okay, got it. The majority though, she's scheduled and taken him to?
Yes. To my knowledge. Yes.
Okay. Did she prepare the meals for him every day and Monday, breakfast, lunch and dinner and snacks and all of that?
Yes. Whatever he will eat. He's a picky eater. So yes.
Okay. Would she do the laundry for her son?
Yes, always.
Did you ever
yes.
see Mr. Locker do that?
No.
Okay. I have no further questions of this witness.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You may re-examine this witness, Mr. Luckett.
Okay, yes. Now, when you said that the baby always in my grandmother's mom care, where do I be at then?
Running the streets, from what I know, or stalking my sister.
And how would you see that? You said false admission to the court. I didn't ask you that. And another thing, you said, so how many appointments have Devin taken my son to? Because when my son was first born for the first 2 years, I took him to. So how many appointments of your dollars have Devin took him to?
That I just said to my knowledge that she did take him to some. Don't know how many.
And another thing is that you stated that Jasmine, she does so much for my child. So what do I do for my child?
That I don't know. I don't live with you.
But you know so much everything else. So how don't you don't know this?
I don't live with you, so I don't know what you do for Ja'Cory.
And another thing is you said that that I had another residence and my child was somewhere else. At that time, I was on Howard Street with my child and your sister, correct?
Not that I know of. I know that
I didn't
it's
get my
video
apartment
footage of you
until
stalking.
9 months ago. But before then, I was on Howard Street with your sister, correct?
Not that I know of.
So what do you do? What do you do, ma'am? Before any of this, you told the court that you know everything about your sister. You knew all this and that. But now I'm asking questions. You seem to know nothing.
I'm answering your question.
You don't. You have nothing I asked you, ma'am. None at all.
Okay.
Another thing is, that night when your sister got hurt with her foot, you said that my grandma was following you. How is my grandma following you? My grandma don't drive.
I never said your grandma followed me, but your grandma did pull up in that Ford Taurus, that gray Ford
Huh?
Taurus, to drop off the baby
You don't have-
clothes after you pushed her. Can I answer?
Please answer. Yeah.
Your grandma did pull up into my parking lot on Hall in her Ford Taurus, that gray one that you drive around, and she dropped off the baby clothes, the baby bed, and all that. Your grandma might not drive now, but when that happened, your grandma was driving.
My grandma does not drive a Ford Taurus. So
Okay.
what car did you see then? Because my grandma don't own a Ford Taurus.
I just told you the gray Taurus.
That's not a
That
Taurus.
Ford.
That's
that
not
Ford,
a Ford Taurus. So what car did you see
whatever
my grandma
it is, it's a
owned
Ford.
that you
It
see
is
her
Well,
gray.
obviously she thought she saw a Ford Taurus.
No, she did not see. But that day, right, when my grandma put up there, my grandma put up with Jasmine and her stuff. My grandma not drive. My grandma do not drive. So
Your
I don't know
grandma
where you
back
getting that
in
from.
2020, your grandma did drive. She was driving that Ford car. It was a dark gray. But maybe now she does not drive because I don't know. But when Jasmine was living with you on Howard, she did drive that car.
She did not, sir. But my grandma's witness next. My grandma speak for herself.
Again, you're not under oath, sir. So you got to question the witness that's on there.
I'm done, sir, because I'm done because like the witness don't know nothing. Like she only knows.
Well, she testified what
but she don't know nothing.
She testified what she knows from her sister's perspective.
Exactly. That's why I said you can't do a she said because she don't know much. She don't know nothing because she did not live with us for 4 years.
I'm not testifying from he said, she said. This is stuff I have witnessed.
She's testifying to stuff that she
said.
She's testifying as to stuff she says she witnessed.
Well, so how you witness that then? You never at my house. You live on Howard Street. You never lived with us. So how did you
again,
witness any of this?
Mr. Luckett? I just reserved the right for you to recall the plaintiff as your witness, which means you can question her as to when you lived together and not lived together. That would be the better witness to question this from.
I did, man, but my witnesses I know better because my witness helped me move in. So I'm gonna
the witness that would know. The witness that would know better.
I don't know what else you want me to say.
The witness.
So I'm done talking.
Would you listen? When your tongue's moving, you can't hear what I'm trying to tell you. I said the witness that can best testify as to when you two lived together would be you and your ex, not this witness.
Yes.
So
correct.
again, you may call her to testify to her knowledge of when you lived together and did not live together, and you may call other witnesses as well to testify to the same thing.
I'd like to put my mom into this.
Well, you will be able to do so once Miss Johnson is done calling all of her witnesses.
Okay.
She gets to present her case first because she's the one who objected. Then you get to present your case.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
I understand now.
Well, oh, don't worry. I'll have to re-explain it to you soon. Relax. Miss Johnson, thank you for your patience. Miss Perdue, I believe you are released as a witness. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
You have a good afternoon.
You too.
All right, Miss Johnson, you said you had other witnesses.
Yeah, I would call Jakari Lockhart to the stand, please.
Certainly. Mr. Lockhart, have a seat, sir. Jakari, she's calling you as a witness.
Yes.
Okay. Jakari, you're going to be called as a witness now in her case. So let's find a seat. That way you're not walking around while we're trying to testify here, okay?
Okay.
Now, I don't know which hand you're holding the phone with, but please raise your right one. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in giving testimony?
Yes, I do.
All right. Miss Johnson, you may question your witness.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
And of course, you may question this witness as, and Mr. Lockhart, this is a legal term. She may question you as a hostile witness, which means she gets to ask a different format of questions.
Yeah,
okay.
cool.
All righty, no problem. It's not that they're going to be hostile. It's going to be that they're a way of asking questions.
Okay.
All righty, no problem. But that, like I said, it's a legal term. I'm sorry I have to use it, but when you're the adverse party, you may be called as what's known as a hostile witness, which means you're probably going to not want to answer some of her questions, which we get. So she gets the right to ask questions in a certain format because of that.
Okay.
All right. So, Ms. Johnson, you may question this witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. A preliminary question real quick. We are scheduled 2 to 4. Is that a hard 4? Or
I thought it was 2 to 5, but
it's 2 to 5.
Yeah, it's 2 to 5.
Oh, okay, great, fantastic. Okay, good, because I was thinking I just didn't want to start and then have to stop in the middle.
No,
All right,
we're gonna keep going as long as we can. I figured we'd need 2 days for this, but
Okay,
you know,
got it. Thanks, Judge.
no
Good
problem.
afternoon. I've just got some questions based on what has already transpired here. So, sir, isn't it true that since the incident where you admitted guilt and maliciously damaged my client's car and poured the gas in there, that you've not had your son in your care, correct?
I did have my son that night, yes.
You've had a video with your son on Father's Day, correct?
Yeah, I did.
And you had a video with your son on his birthday, correct?
No, I did not.
You didn't have a video on his birthday?
No, only thing I did, I text Jasmine to ask her why is my son flooding and not looking good his birthday. That's why I asked her that because I seen the picture on Facebook. But as far as talking to his birthday, I didn't talk to my son at all. Like our first call was like 2 months ago. Like our first call physically about 2-3 months ago. But before that, no.
Okay, so but you did have a video with your son on Father's Day.
Yeah, for like 30 seconds because he was tired. Now I told her give me a call back. That was it.
Okay, got it. So and it's true that you've been given opportunity to see your son in person, have a parenting time with your son.
I have not.
Sir, can you please let me finish? I know you.
Let her finish the question. I think there's more to that. I think there's more to that question about seeing your son. Okay, Ms. Johnson, please proceed.
Yes, isn't it true you've had opportunity to see your son at his grandparents, Jasmine's parents, at their home?
No, I did not.
You're saying you're not aware you could go there and see your son in person?
No, they told my grandma didn't come by. As far as myself, when I asked her mom one day could I come, her mom told me to wait till the husband get home to see my son. So besides that, no.
Okay, so what it is you chose not to go under those circumstances, right?
You hear what I said, ma'am? I said her mother told me, since her husband is not home, that I cannot come to her house right now.
Okay.
So her mother told me no.
So when the husband is there, you were able to see the child,
When
correct?
the husband got back home, her mom hasn't talked to me since. So I don't know what happened since then because they not talked to me. But far as I have called them every day. I call her mom. I text them, see my son all the time. They give me no reply, or they text me back days later. So whatever. So no. And my witnesses, I got witnesses that marked that my son reported to me. So every day I try to talk to him, or I text her to see how my son doing. Now when they go by that I just abandon my son. No, every day I'm working, trying to think about a plan to get him back, or I'm thinking of somehow to talk to him. Anything. Come on, I miss Christmas, holidays, everything. You don't think I called on them days to check on my own child? So I have.
So you're saying, sir, that you've texted or called Jasmine or someone asking about your son every day?
Yeah, I definitely call or I text her. I say how my son doing, what he up to, and I talk to him. And then it's up to them. In their mind, it's up to them if they want to do it or not. But I do call, I do text. Instead of messages that I got about me threatening, it's plenty of messages that I can show of me asking her that. Plenty of them. 9 months worth.
You testified it was every day?
Not every day, but I say about at least once a week. At least once a week.
Okay.
At least about 5 times out the month I'm calling. But after a while, you get tired of doing that because it's the same result. But
and what was the same story? Isn't it true the same story was you can see him at my parents'?
That wasn't brought up to about 3 months ago. But my thing is, I wasn't finna agree to that because agreeing to that is agreeing to the court. Basically, I'm agreeing to her. I'm following a rule on something that they just made up. I'm not doing that because if I did that, y'all could have came to court and say, well, Corey already been doing this already, so we should keep it the same. So no, I did not go over there. And her mom and dad don't even like me, so why be surprised they don't like me for it? That don't make no sense to me, Mel.
All right. So bottom line is because you didn't want to do that, you didn't see your son. You're just going to wait for the court proceeding to decide, right?
I didn't want to see. Now you flipping it. No, hey, back up a little bit. No, I call my son every single day of his life. If Jasmine, her mom, is trying to force me to come to their house, why would I do that for? At that time, it doesn't had no contact order up. So why would I go to her house for her mother at or any of that to risk that on top of extra cases? That doesn't make no sense to me, man. I played it smart as I did. That's what I'm doing. Wait for the courts, so I'll have to see them or none of that.
Okay, isn't it true you asked Jasmine to come to your house as well?
Yeah, I asked Jasmine that last month. I told her that because I'm trying to see my son. The only way for me to get to my son is trying to basically get past her wall she put up. Let me try to see my son. But after that, I did actually I told her that she come by to my son for a little bit. We could discuss. We can discuss the courts. We can discuss how we've been doing already because we don't need the court because we've been doing this for years already. So yeah, I asked her that. I did. I ain't gonna lie. I did ask her that.
Okay, got it. So let's back up. Let's go back to last October. It's true you poured gas in her car while your son was in the car at 4 a.m. Correct?
No, ma'am. You was at the court day 2 months ago when that case was dropped. That was dropped, and you was
That
also
wasn't
there
the
when it got
question,
dropped.
Mr. Luckett. That wasn't the question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The courts drop all kinds of things. They charge with everything they can charge, and then they drop things for a plea agreement.
No, sir. We went to court for 4 months. This court was 4 months. The court date was done already, but then we went extra time to get the gas matter figured out.
So you did say it was a jury trial, correct?
It was not a jury trial. He pled
trial.
guilty at the arraignment, malicious destruction.
Hold on, that's what I'm asking. Sir, did you plead guilty under a plea agreement?
Hold on. I pled guilty, but then the case was still going in order to figure out the gas part, and that part was figured out.
Well, that doesn't
everything got
so
changed, sir.
Now you have to answer the actual question in the civil case. The criminal case, you pled guilty to certain parts of the charge. Now you have to deal with the civil matter, which means all the allegations can be argued in the civil court. So Ms. Johnson, no, it's not. This has everything to do with what's happening right now.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm confused on what you're trying to ask me because the gas part was out.
No, it's not. Not for this case.
Out. According to the case,
no,
it was out.
No, it's not out for this case.
How are you using it for this case? But overall, it was determined
because this is no, that's not what was determined. It was determined that you would plea under a plea agreement to certain parts of the charges. It's interesting to note that according to the file in the court file, you alleged that you took $20 out of her wallet and you were willing to pay her back. Yet the restitution is several hundreds of dollars more, which means you did something more to that car than just take $20 out of the car.
The restitution was $4,000, but then after going to court again, it went down to $1,500 because the judge found no evidence of the car being hurt. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Again, but you only stole $20. What are the other?
Nothing, but and they might not did. But as far as the
all right, that's what your own paper. That's what some of your paperwork said that.
Yes.
You indicated you took $20 and you would pay her back.
What they did, I agree with it.
Got news for you.
I'm saying that part was out. That part.
No, it's not out for this hearing. You have to answer the question on whether you poured gas in the car or not.
Oh no, I beat it. No, I did not. No.
Okay.
No, I didn't put no gas in the car. No.
Okay, Ms. Johnson, you may proceed. He's answered your question.
Okay, it's true.
Sorry for the round robin on haggling on that, but at least the question that you've asked has been answered.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry.
Sir, isn't it true you pled guilty on 11/14/2023 to malicious destruction of Jasmine's car? Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So, how did you maliciously destroy Jasmine's car if you didn't pour gas in it? What did you do to plead guilty to that?
I guess opening her car door to $20. But that was about it. But the gas was not included, so her car wasn't physically damaged. And once we went to court and we proved that, it was no damage to it. But the case was already guilty to the case, so I had to stick with the case already. But as far as damage wise, we went to court for that for restitution, and it was B. I'm gonna say it was damage to the car. I pled guilty because I already guilty already. So by pleading guilty, I look guilty. But as time went on and we went to more court dates and I proved my innocence, we just haven't changed again. That's really about it. So to her car physically, wasn't no damage to her car that I did.
Okay, so if there was gas found poured in the child's seat, the seat that transported your son, there was gas poured in that, there was gas poured in the dash, there was gas poured on the floor throughout the whole darn car. You didn't do that?
No, ma'am. And you was at court with Jasmine. So how are you sitting there going backwards when you was there about the gas case and you was her lawyer for the gas case? You know that case was dismissed. I beat that already. So how are you using the gas in her car?
It was only, Mr. Luckett, you obviously didn't understand what I said. It was dismissed as to the criminal case.
It wasn't dismissed, Your Honor. He pled guilty.
Yes, it was.
Well, it was, no, he pled guilty.
Went down, right? Restitution was $4,000, right? But then it went down to $1,500, right? Because
All right,
the judge
people,
found no damage in the car, correct? Correct.
He found damage because he charged you money for the damage to the car.
He charged
That's what you pled to.
Plaintiff fee. But remember, it was $4,000 at first, but it went down to $1,500 because of no damage found on her car.
Ms. Johnson, there had to be a factual basis pled. I will reserve the right for you to present that factual basis on his examination or rebuttal to him. Because, sir, when you pled guilty, you put a factual basis on the record, which means that factual.
Guilty, but then I went down and then I proved my case even farther. So when I plead guilty, sir, it took 3 months and we got the court restitution hearing.
Yeah, again, there are many people that have pled to domestic violence in a lower degree. That doesn't mean they didn't commit the domestic violence to the higher degree. I'm trying to give you an example to say
let me rephrase.
A plea agreement is different than a jury trial, which finds you guilty or not guilty. And even not guilty does not exonerate you. It does not find you innocent. But you pled.
Said that, sir.
You
but
pled.
As far as the case was, I was guilty. But as far as the evidence on the car and restitution wise,
again,
court and I proved that part as
no, it was dismissed as part of a plea agreement for you to plead.
No,
guilty.
It was not, sir. That court date was just 2 months ago. It was not dismissed as no plea agreement. We went to court. We had a restitutional hearing for the car.
All right, I'm done with this issue. Ms. Herrick, Ms. Johnson, he pled guilty to destruction of the car and breaking and entering into the car.
Yes.
That's all. Two charges.
Okay. 2 charges. Malicious destruction and breaking and entering.
Correct.
All right. And
the destruction was only for the uniform, though.
That's what I'm trying to impress with the court and the dangerousness. It wasn't just he threw some dirt in there. It was gas and it was everywhere.
Well, it almost doesn't matter whether it was gas or the uniform or whatever. He maliciously entered that vehicle. He broke and entered it, and he did some damage to things inside the vehicle. So, sir, that's held against you. That gives her just cause to withhold parenting time because of what you did to the car, and the child was in your possession. So
the car, sir, you listen. The car was with the court for this separate occasion. If she
does
lost
the word,
I don't understand what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm guilty, but part of the car and the gas, there was never no car in the gas. Never.
What I'm trying to tell you is it doesn't matter whether it was gas or breaking into the car. You broke into the car. You did what you did. You did it when the child was in your care. That's more important to the court than anything else.
Yeah, okay, I understand that. But at the time, I didn't know that was breaking and entering. I thought that my girlfriend.
I
know that was breaking and entering.
It doesn't matter what you thought you knew at the time. You did what you did, and you did it maliciously. So that's what's
no damage wise, and I won that case. So I don't know what to tell you, sir.
You didn't.
I won the case. So I don't know what to tell you.
You didn't win that case.
Yes, I did.
You may think you did.
I did win the case.
No. In any event,
as far as that gas was, as far as the gas during her car was, I did win the case. You can go back and talk to Judge Michael because Judge Michael was when I did the case.
All right, please proceed, Ms. Johnson.
Thank you, Your Honor. Very briefly, let me
judge me, bro.
Judge you? That's my job. Thank you. That's what I tell my family all the time. I don't judge anyone outside of work because I don't get paid for it.
So, sir, you remember texting Jasmine? I can replace every damn thing and have the car cleaned at Mister. Isn't it true if you didn't put gas in the car, you don't need the damn car, excuse me, you don't need the car cleaned at Mister, correct?
No, her cars are dirty, so I'm helping her out.
So why are you texting her? It's true, you text her, I can have the car cleaned because you threw the gas in there, right?
No, I was just talking because I don't want to cuff getting called. As far as that, no.
You remember telling her I'm really fitting to beat the beast dog out of you, bro? You remember texting her that?
Yeah.
Your text to the mother of your child, right? I'm sure it upsets you that you don't see your son, but that's the text you sent to your mother of your child, correct? Hello?
Mr.
Yeah.
Johnson?
Yeah, I said yes, ma'am. The phone keeps freezing. I said yes, though.
Okay.
I'm
Thank
sorry, I didn't
He
hear
said
the-
he said yes to your question.
Okay, got it. You remember texting her that you're not going to return the child?
Sir? Looks like he's freezing. Hopefully he didn't spill water on his phone.
Okay.
I still can't believe that happened.
Her phone